Hi, readers. My name is Dawn Houston. I'm the coordinator for Booktrib's book club program. I'm here today with author Jane L. Rosen to talk about her new novel, Seven Summer Weekends. It's a heartwarming tale that reminds us to embrace life's detours and open ourselves to the beauty of new beginnings, which I feel is just a perfect way to spend my summer reading. We're thrilled to have Seven Summer Weekends as one of the selections available in Booktrib's book club program for June. And we are very lucky today to have Jane to talk to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I love a good book club.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to dive in because I know we only have about 5 minutes. So, no spoilers, but what can you tell us about your book that we wouldn't necessarily find on the jacket cover? Some insider information, maybe.
Well, the jacket cover is quite beautiful,
It is
but
beautiful.
the basic premise of Seven Summer Weekends is that a woman inherits a beach house, which sounds basic, but it comes along with seven weekend guests, which makes it anything but basic. I was just talking about this idea yesterday on a book panel where there's only a certain amount of ideas in the world. And really, what makes it special are the characters and the dialogue and the setting. So I'm hoping that I got those all checked off. According to my Amazon reviews, so far, so good. People are loving it.
Wait a second. I thought we weren't supposed to read reviews. I'm just bugging.
I know, right? I can't help myself. At the beginning, I'm a big reader of reviews.
Yeah, I
And
can
and
imagine.
they've actually really made me feel great how much people are loving the book. So
The
it's working.
premise itself is fantastic. I love that whole idea of, it's a little bit different than what the title might suggest. You might think it's like an affair or like a romance with seven, for 7 weeks or something. But just the way that you described that was already compelling. So I'm
I
excited.
mean,
The characters.
there is an irritating but irritatingly handsome neighbor, of course. So I
Of
don't think
course.
it's romance.
Those are the best kind. So it sounds like, you've put a lot of work into the characters. Why, and to the story itself, what do you think makes Seven Summer Weekends such a great book club selection? Why would we choose it?
Actually, a lot of things to discuss in this book. Addison's journey is about change. She's the main character and being given time to reflect on that change. And I think, like in COVID, we all have this weird time to reflect on our lives a little bit, but you don't usually take that time. For Addison, it's no, I'm not giving anything away. A Zoom debacle derails her life in the first chapter. So she is then presented with this time to figure things out. And I think that that makes for a great discussion, pivoting at any age. And then there's more serious things like how much direction you should give your children, how much your life is really instructed by your parents and your grandparents and what they put into you. But then also, of course, sharing Zoom debacles and tech debacles brings great discussions and a lot of laughs, as well as some of the ridiculous things that families break up over, like those big family fights. When you find out what the real reason is, you're like, what? So there's just so much to chat about.
It sounds like it, absolutely. This is not your first book, though. You have
My
many.
fifth book.
Fifth book. Okay.
And I mean, and you never know. Sometimes I do jump in on Zoom book clubs or I FaceTime. So if anyone is doing a book club and they reach out to me on Instagram, if I could do it, I'll stop in and say hello and answer a few questions.
Well, that's incentive right now for a book. Okay, so we pivot a little bit away from your book only because I want readers to read your book rather than us discuss it completely today and just ask, as a writer, you're obviously also a reader. What's the best book you've read in the last year and why should I add it to my TBR?
I think my favorite from the last year was We All Want Impossible Things by Catherine Newman.
Yes.
It's a touching, funny, heartbreaking, sweet, honest, wonderful story. All the adjectives. And it's short. I love a short book because you could just really entrench yourself in it without much time lapsing and really go from start to finish. So I think it's a great one. We all want impossible things.
Fantastic. I love that choice. It was already on my TBR, but you've bumped it up now. So thank you for that. Surprise question, but are you working on something new now?
I am next summer. So my last book was called On Fire Island. This book is Seven Summer Weekends. And the next one is called Songs of Summer. So all three books could be read completely on their own, but they all visit similar characters in the same place, even the same block on Fire Island.
I love
So
that.
it's nice. You could literally read them in any order and be satisfied.
Are those books set in some place fictional or somewhere were you familiar with you or
I've lived in Fire Island in the summers for 30 years. I met my husband there. I raised my kids there. I know it like the back of my hand, literally.
well,
So it's a fake name for the town, but anyone that lives in our town knows right away where what we're talking about.
I love that. That's fascinating. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw extra questions in there, but I
Oh,
think
that's
that's
fine.
needed. And I could talk to you all day. I'm sure I could. I did have to wrap this up. So I just want to thank you again for your time. Wish you best of luck with this release, and I can't wait to read it.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
For more information about Jane's book, please check out the book club page on the booktrib.com website.